Good morning and welcome to Maryland Today. My name is Jeff St. Pierre. Over the last couple of years, I've had the pleasure of talking to a few different people from the Harford County Public Library. I'm always amazed at everything that they offer there, from early education programs to reading programs and even 3D printing. Now, with the help of the Harford County Office of Information and Communication Technology, they're taking things to the next level with a workshop called Craft the Code. Joining me today to talk more about that are Mary Hassler, CEO of the Harford County Public Library, and Ted Pibble, Director for the Harford County Office of Information and Communication Technology. Thank you both so much for being here today.
It's great to be here. Always fun to be on this show.
Well, Mary, let's talk a little bit about this Craft the Code thing that we have going on. It started last week, so we're a few days into it. Tell me about this.
Well, interesting enough, a lot of the libraries in Maryland are doing coding classes for girls and children of all ages. So Ted was thinking about, he's a father of 3 young men, and he said he noticed, and he was reading a lot of research, that girls, especially when we get into middle school, start losing a little bit of interest in science. And we also know that computer science, attracting folks to major in that, has been an issue. So we thought we would partner together to come up with classes for girls in middle school, grades 6 through 8, and teach them how to code, but doing it, it's library, we're going to do it in a fun way. Mm-hmm. So that was really the germ of how we got it started a few months ago. So it took a lot of planning, a team to put it together with the curriculum, and then we launched it last week.
It should not surprise me at all, because in all of our conversations that we've had about the Harford County Public Library, you guys seem to be on a whole different level from what the general image of what a library is. But why is this important for the library system to get involved with?
Well, we have our STEM initiative programs that we've launched many years ago, including Little Leapers, LEAP. And we started doing coding this year because we know that is the basis for getting our youth involved in the computer sciences. So it's just a natural step for us to bring that to the county. We launched our Innovation Lab back in January, and that's where we introduced 3D printing to everyone in the county free of charge. So we are always looking at what's that newest technology that we want to introduce our community to. So coding was really critical for that. It's the first step. So the girls are having a great time designing wardrobes and working for that red carpet experience. So it's really been a very interesting program and just a great fit for us.
I'm going to bring Ted in here in just a minute, but then we'll talk more about coding in general, about what's going on, the whole nuts and bolts of the situation. But let's talk a little bit more about when people can take advantage of this. It's happening again the 13th through the 16th, so that's Tuesday through Friday. Am I counting this right?
You are.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
Tuesday through Friday. Sorry, my dates are all screwed up here. And where can people go to find out more information?
You can go to the library website at www.hcplonline.org, and it's called Craft the Code. It's also in our publication that we put out quarterly too.
Oh, great.
And we will probably be repeating the classes at some time in the future, and then we do offer other coding classes for all ages and all genders throughout the year at the library.
So there is still space available for people who want to jump in this week in what's going to be continuing on, right?
No, we are
there is
full.
not. Okay.
Oh, yes, we actually have a waiting list.
Oh, wow.
So our students can submit their names to go on the waiting list. So we are looking at setting up a second class.
Well, we'll say this was a hit then. It's a pretty big success right off the bat.
It has been a very big hit and very well received by both the girls and their parents.
That's fantastic. So again, the website, if you want to go find out some more information about Craft the Code, hcplonline.org. That's the Harford County Public Library website. And you can find out a ton of other information there as well, because there's a lot going on there. I'm always amazed at how much you have going on in all the library system there.
It's always a great time, and we're always doing something new, so stay tuned.
Okay, let's welcome Ted Pibble in here again. He's the Director for Harford County Office of Information and Communication Technology. Ted, why do you think that the interest in science among young women sorts of taper off in middle school?
It seems to be more of a cultural issue, and that's what we're trying to do with this class as far as getting them interested earlier in life before they make decisions in high school as far as what direction they want to go with a career. So we wanted to get it away from it being a male-dominated industry and introduce to young women, that they can have a career in coding as well.
And we're talking about coding here, but maybe people listening are not really sure exactly what this is. So tell me more about software coding.
Coding is basically problem solving. We're taking application source code that the girls write and solving problems into executable programs that users use on their computers. So it's basically going through the whole systematic process of what's the problem we're trying to solve, how can we implement a solution, and then executing it and having people use it.
And the more we start using technology, I shouldn't say start because we've been using technology so much in the last decade, couple decades, but the more it grows, the more important things like this become.
Exactly. I mean, the field is growing dramatically, and we need not only the young women to be interested. I mean, it's a workforce issue for us as a country. We're becoming more and more dependent on HB visas for people coming in from other countries to do the coding. So we need the homegrown talent, and that's what we're trying to do in Harford County is create a knowledge-based environment for workers that, they need to be part of this field, get the skill sets that they need to work in this growing area.
Mm-hmm. And why do we think there's such a big gender gap in general in this field?
It's just been a systematic thing over the past years. Computer programming has been the only one of the STEM programs that has declined as far as women being interested in it since like 1985. So we need to reverse it. When you in the media and the TV, when you think of the geeks and everything else, it's young male in a hoodie. That's just sitting away. It's not a young woman that's a professional that is, able to do this as well, and that's just incorrect, and we need to change that.
It's funny as you're mentioning the mental image of the geeky person that works on computers, and all I can think of is I would love to work for Google, or I would love to work for Apple.
Exactly.
All I ever hear is how amazing they are to work for.
They're great. They're great companies. They're doing amazing things as far as workforce development. The pay scales are great. I mean, it's just a great field for people to be in.
We're talking a bit about this program, Craft the Code, that's being offered at the Abingdon Library in the Harford County Public Library System. You can find out more information at hcplonline.org. Now, the first session of Craft the Code is full, but if you want to find out more information about it, or if you're interested in getting on a waiting list and to find more details about potential future sessions, you can do that at hcplonline.org. That's the Harford County Public Library website. Now, Ted, tell me a little bit. I know this idea kind of came about while you were thinking about your boys and your family, and you thought this would be great to get young women involved and try to get them interested in science and keep them moving forward in this. Does this go on a national level too, or is this just a very localized thing?
Exactly. Nationally, this is a growing realization in the tech industry that we have a gender gap problem and that it needs to be addressed. But you have to start young. You can't, try and the colleges are trying to do it, but the people that are getting into college have already made the decisions as far as what fields they feel fit for them or not fit for them. And a lot of times computer science is not in that consideration. So we have to start back younger before they get into high school, get them interested in coding, and at least let them know what it's about. Hey, this is something I can do. It's not just boys do robots, girls do dolls. It can be whatever they want to do. And it's really important to me that, it's open to them. And nationally, we're just using a program that Google started. We've adopted it specifically for this middle school girl target area. But nationally, we're trying to get people interested in coding so that we have the skill sets here in our country, but specifically increasing the role that women play in software development.
And as we said before, as computers become more and more important and just a bigger part of everyday life, coding becomes more important as well. So a program like this is very important for young people to get involved in, male and female. But as we did say, there is a gender gap there. So it's very important to get our young women involved as well. I want to bring Mary Hassler back in, CEO, Harford County Public Library. Mary, tell me more about other coding programs that you guys offer at the Harford County Public Library System.
Well, as Ted mentioned, we really want to reach out to our customers young. So in Harford County Public Library, we start with our youngest customers at birth with our LEAP kits. And that really does establish their basic literacy skill building, which you need in order to graduate into our Little Leapers 3.5, ages 3 to 5, where you're actually using iPad minis and iPads, and you're exploring age-appropriate and selected apps. So we're building that continuum of learning. So when they get to elementary school, they can graduate into our LEAP program, our LEAP kits, which really explore technology, computer sciences, how to program, how to do gaming. I mean, we have a lot of girls out there, myself including, who are gamers, and we just love it. The whole idea of what can you do with programming and coding that will really make your life different. And then you graduate into the craft the code and keep moving up through the continuum. So we want to make sure all the children, when they enter kindergarten in Harford County Public Library, they are prepared. They've seen a tablet. They know how to swipe, because it's just critical for that to happen. And then we want to see them graduate through school, then go on and pursue those careers in computer sciences. Some of our earliest computer coders were women in this country. And think about during the 30s and 40s when we had the ENIAC up at APG Proving Ground, Aberdeen Proving Ground. They were women who designed that and built it and ran that equipment. So we're just kind of making that complete circle for everyone in the community. This is national. All the public libraries are doing something like this because we want to fill that gap. You've heard me talk about digital literacy and how I'm really passionate about closing that divide for everyone. So we get you at birth, and then we provide something all the way along the way, including our camps, our digital camps, our 3D printing, our classes that we offer. So it's really something for everyone, and because I really think everybody can learn all the time about technology and then support each other in the community.
Is this the first time that you've collaborated with the Harford County Office of Information and Communication Technology?
Well, we've actually been working for many years on a project called HMAN, and I think Ted can actually talk a little bit about that. So the Harford County Public Library has been very involved, and we work very close together on several projects, and that's a major significant project for the entire county.
HMAN is our Harford Metro Area Network. It's a fiber optic broadband network that we've installed throughout the county. The original intent in the phase one is to connect all county buildings, libraries, all the schools in our county to a high-speed broadband network to give them a tool to be able to offer programs like Mary was talking about and have their networks all connected and their libraries being able to talk. As far as the digital inclusion, we want to make sure that a library in Norrisville has the same amount of broadband that a library in Abingdon does. So that everybody has the same opportunities to do what they need to do when they come to the library.
Sounds like quite an undertaking. I imagine this takes a lot to make happen.
It was very involved, and we have a great group of participants, again, from the library, from the schools, from the public safety side, from our fire companies. Everybody's been involved. It's about 140 miles of fiber optic network cable that we've installed throughout the county. We've connected so far over 110 different buildings. And it's just growing from there. We're also going to look into offering it to businesses down the road as a part of our emphasis on bringing in high-tech companies to Harford County. But for right now, we're focused on government institutions.
Well, we have covered a lot of amazing information today, and I know that there's so much going on in Harford County, and especially with the Harford County Public Library. So let's just try to do a quick look into the future here. Mary, what's coming up with the Harford County Public Library system?
Well, I love looking at the future. You know that. So we are testing Wi-Fi hotspots that our customers will be able to borrow free of charge. So they will have Wi-Fi access wherever they are. So it's kind of having the library available 24/7 to our customers.
Perfect.
So we are piloting that. We're also looking at offering augmented reality at our Bel Air Library and our new children's center that we're renovating.
Virtual reality?
Augmented takes it to the next level.
Okay.
And then we're also going to be looking at piloting virtual reality.
Okay.
So you can wear the goggles, the headset, the earphones, and play volleyball if you wish with another character on the other side of the room. So always something new at the library.
Absolutely. And I heard something about this National Geographic Live. Can you summarize that for me?
Yes, indeed. We are thrilled to be a sponsor for the National Geographic Live at Harford Community College. It's coming up soon on October 29th, and it will be at the Harford Community College website where you can find all the information. And it's amazing. We're bringing in National Geographic Speakers Series. It will be 3 speakers, and this one will be on oceans. And it's the first time I know of in the county that we've offered someone of that caliber and level. So we're just so honored to be part of that amazing event that's coming.
If you want to find out more information about the National Geographic Live, you can find that at live@harfordcc.com. But everything else that we've talked about today, you can find on the Harford County Public Library site, which is hcplonline.org. There is so much being offered there. Whatever your mental image of the stereotypical library is, smash that image and get rid of it, because they offer so many amazing programs and so many different opportunities for kids of all ages and adults as well. You can come by and grab whatever you need there, really. Again, hcplonline.org. I'd like to thank you so much for coming by today. Mary Hassler, CEO of the Harford County Public Library. Also, Ted Pibble, Director of the Harford County Office of Information and Communication Technology. Thank you both so much for coming by and telling us more about this.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much.